Shadows of apartment 404. In the heart of a bustling city stood an old apartment building, a relic from a bygone era dwarfed by modern skyscrapers. Its walls, worn by time, held secrets from decades past. Apartment 404, in particular, had remained vacant for years, its doors sealed with multiple locks, fueling urban legends among the residents. Ella, a young journalist intrigued by the mysteries of the urban landscape, moved into the building drawn by the allure of apartment 404. Her inquiries about the apartment were met with vague answers and nervous glances. The only concrete detail she gleaned was that the last occupant, an elderly man, had vanished without a trace many years ago, leaving behind a room filled with strange, archaic symbols. One night, driven by a mix of curiosity and recklessness, Ella decided to explore apartment 404. Using her skills as a lockpicker, she quietly unfastened the locks and pushed the heavy door open. The apartment was shrouded in darkness, the air stale and heavy. As she stepped inside, her flashlight revealed a room untouched by time, the furniture coated in a thick layer of dust. But what truly unsettled Ella was the writing on the walls. Symbols and diagrams, unintelligible yet deeply disturbing, covered every inch. In the center of the room, a large circle was drawn on the floor, with an intricate pattern inside it. As Ella examined it, a cold breeze swept through the room despite the sealed windows. The air grew denser, and Ella's flashlight flickered erratically. She heard soft whispers, as if several people were speaking just beyond the edge of hearing. Panic rising, she turned to leave, but stopped dead in her tracks. In the dim light, she saw shadows moving along the walls, independent of any source. Ella's heart raced as the whispers grew louder, morphing into guttural chants. The shadows swirled around her, closing in. She felt unseen hands brush against her, icy and insistent. In a desperate bid for escape, she dashed to the door, but it wouldn't budge. The chanting reached a fever pitch, and the room seemed to spin. In her panic, Ella dropped her flashlight, plunging the room into darkness. The unseen hands gripped her tighter, and she felt her consciousness slipping away. Just as she thought she would be consumed by the shadows, there was a deafening silence, and the door swung open, releasing her. Ella stumbled out of apartment 404, gasping for air. She looked back once, only to see the door slowly closing on its own, as if inviting her to return. The symbols on the walls seemed to glow faintly before being engulfed in darkness again. In the days that followed, Ella's experience haunted her. She tried to research the symbols and the building's history, but found nothing. The residents, once talkative, now shunned her, as if fearing she had awakened something best left undisturbed. Ella eventually moved out, unable to shake the feeling of being watched, of whispers caressing her ears in the dead of night. Apartment 404 remained sealed, its mysteries and its unseen resident lurking in the shadows, waiting for the next curious soul to unlock its door.